Good day, good evening, good afternoon, good risings, grand risings. Today is December 14th, day 14 of my 31-day video challenge, just to post videos, to get my voice out there, to work on my confidence, to work on really doing what I say I'm going to do, challenging myself, really. And yesterday was a just reflecting video, day 13, and I was kind of surprised that I felt as emotional as I did before. I mean, I'm still learning. I'm still in the growth process of doing these videos and being mindful of what I'm saying, and I'm very forgetful when it comes to saying a lot in a short period of time in something that I'm not used to doing. I have a very good memory. I need to choose my words better than I just did. I'm not forgetful. It's just sometimes I even forget to end the video with like, subscribe, share, which is important. I guess as I'm doing this, it may not be as important because of what the challenge is for me. Anyway, I didn't realize how emotional I was. I don't mean emotional by crying, but I'm just talking about how I felt my energy was a bit different in yesterday's video than the others when it came to connections, friendships, the apartment living. I hear upstairs someone's dragging something above my head, but I'm going to keep going. That does still bother me a bit. And interestingly enough, when I'm labeling the videos, it's about self-care. And sometimes that self-care is knowing when to pull yourself into a position of reminding yourself of what you're about, who you are, showing yourself some love, not dumping on yourself if things don't work well, but learning from the lessons. And throughout my life, yes, I've learned that, and it's very often easier when you're encouraging someone else who may be going through those things to tell them to give themselves some credit, learn some lessons from it so you don't repeat it, blah, blah, blah. And sometimes I forget to do it to myself. And so I was just thinking about, again, these videos started off with self-care issues, but they're always going to be growing and expanding based on what your need is at the time and the opportunities for yourself to give yourself that time, that attention, and sometimes that love that you think you may be getting from other people just because you're pleasing them or out there giving your encouragement. You got to do it for yourself. So instead of feeling last night, instead of feeling like even though I let out a lot more than I thought I would, and it because I'm usually saying, oh, this is a short video, 10 minutes is long to me, and I didn't realize how long it was. And even noticed that I showed my face a bit, and I was like, I'm not gonna edit that out. This was too important. And I actually listened to it play through again, and I was like, wow, that's important to say. It was important for me to say and share because other people may be going through the same thing, but in general, it's just important to say. And I challenged myself, especially as winter solstice is about to hit. The weather thus far, because today was another, I would say gloomy, not in terms of how I felt, but just the look of it. But the day is the day, regardless of what's going on in it. It was raining, a little darker than usual, but you can still make choices to do something different and new and create some solutions for yourself. So last night I decided to do sun salutations. Usually people do 12 of them. I believe the Sanskrit word is Surya Namaskar. English sun salutations, and usually people do 12. I used to back in the day, and back in the day means maybe 3-4 years ago. I used to do 12 in the morning, provided I got up early enough, and then 12 at night. And it works every muscle in your body. You can also look up sun salutations and how to do them. It's in yoga. Um, it really was a workout. And sometimes I would do them really quickly based on the time I had, or I would slow it down so I can really feel it working. Um, Sometimes when you go to resorts, and I haven't gone to any, but I've seen where um, sometimes the instructor has you do 108 of them. It's a detoxifier, if nothing else, and it actually works out, like I said, every muscle in your body. But I just did 5. It was really slow last night because I haven't done yoga in a minute, especially after the surgeries. And I was moving really slow last night, but I'm kind of surprised that I was able to get through them. I just took it slow. Well, about an hour and 15 minutes ago today, I actually did more, 5, but I did more in terms of my energy and my actions within the poses. And who knows, I'm going to challenge myself for the rest of the week and then start adding on more than just doing 5. I kind of surprised myself today. I did it a lot quicker, not forcing myself to, but it felt really good. And I say all that to say that instead of dwelling on what I felt, it's a matter of perspective. It's not negative to talk about something that may not be working well or may not work the way you see it. It's just maybe a change is needed, a shift is needed, and it always begins with yourself. So I brought that back into play last night, the yoga moves, the sun salutation, and I did it again today. I haven't been thinking about the connections, the friendships, or people just reaching out to say, hey, what's up? And the fact that usually I am initiating it with some. I didn't even think about that. It's creating some solutions and perhaps some new challenges to make a shift in your life and open your eyes a little to what else you could be creating in your life so that more can come from it and you can get rid of things that just don't work. And I don't like getting rid of people, but if it's certain energies and behaviors that are really not coming together, not that it always has to be an agreement, but why keep fighting to have more of the same? So, more self-care. I'd already started these videos from day one, maybe day one, or probably the 3rd or 4th day, for the 31 days of December to do more supplements. And one of the herbal things that I kept forgetting to make commentary about are the 23 boxes of herbal teas, mixtures, and singular herbs that I have on my counter because they cannot fit in the cupboard. And I was like, you know what? There's something very nurturing too, self-nurturing also about having tea. So my goal to bring those down so that I could at least introduce more into more of them into play, into use for us to use here is to at least have 3 cups a day instead of just that one in the morning. Because something about having it today was really good, and I felt like I was taking care of myself. It's a small thing, but it's a start, and you're more conscious of the fact that you're taking care of yourself as opposed to throwing your energy out there to a point where it seems like your battery definitely has to be recharged. And I have to be honest, I've been angry a lot over the years. When I just felt like I was giving. How am I getting angry with anybody else? I'm doing that. It's something I like to do. It's something I don't mind doing, but it's not their fault. I didn't decide to take a break, pull back, and recharge my battery before I go out again. And sometimes I was doing that on empty, and I would be really frustrated. And again, that's an opportunity for you to step back, pull out a few different things from your mental Rolodex. Maybe I should meditate. Maybe I should learn to if I don't know how. Maybe I should start with a few yoga positions if I don't know a whole lot more. Maybe I should take a class. Maybe I should give myself the gift of, and a lot of people do self-care regimens that have to do with the outside of themselves, which is awesome. Getting your hair and your nails done, massages, facials. That's great. How about the inside of us, though? The inside job part is our part. We can seek assistance by doing some research or even asking people, but sometimes that inside job stuff, that sometimes starts from early in the morning. What do you say to yourself when you get up in the morning? How do you treat yourself? Treat yourself to just some kindness and some good words. I have done affirmations before. Why am I not still doing them? Whose problem or fault is that? Time, you have all the time in the world. Nobody knows you're doing an affirmation when you're walking down the street, standing in line somewhere, bank, supermarket. Nobody knows you're doing that. That's something to help you build yourself. Helps you to create a foundation, continue to create a foundation, or create a new something in your life. Reading supportive literature. Some folks read the Bible. Some people read metaphysical or spiritual books. That's feeding yourself. That's self-care. That's helping you create a protective boundary around yourself so you know of your own personal support instead of waiting for others to know that's what you need. What is the issue with us remembering to do that for ourselves? That's inner work, to help fortify and strengthen, show love to you. And so for me, I'm going to reinstate those things for me a lot more consistently. Reinstate those things for me. I don't know if that's the correct word, but that's what I got right now. That's what I have right now. Yeah. Being a best friend to myself. You never know what you attract when you do that. It always begins with us. So with that being said, I'm going to make a cup of tea, and I have 23 choices. So I'm going to go and do that and have a great rest of my evening. Everyone out there, do the same and have an even greater tomorrow.